Alright, I'll just play it slow. So the best description of this is it's the one bar of C, and in that bar of C you're doing a bass line and staggering notes in between with your first finger on the third string. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's bar 1. Now bar 2 is G7, but since it's finger picking, you don't even, a full G7 is that, but you can just get by with just basically holding a G on the 6th string. And the bass line is this. So you're going from the 6th string to the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's got staggered notes on every beat. So the first one is that G again. 1 and 2. And then the next one is open E. 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and. Then you add a hammer on. 1 and 2. Now that's an interesting technique. You're picking an open E and hammering to the first fret at the same time as playing the bass. I'll take a second to do that. So to recap, we've got 1 and 2 and 3. So that's another open E. 1 and 2 and 3 and then the next part, the index finger goes to C after the next bass note. And that's in anticipation of the next chord, which is A minor. So that second bar is really cool. 1 and 2 and 3 and it's basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, so from the start on the C it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and. Really nice. Okay, and then the next bar, you're still holding that C, but then you add in the other notes of A minor. And it's just a simple 1 and 2. So the bass line is that. Then it goes to a C over G, and same pattern. But after that, there's a open, you lift this off. And then you're going to hammer into the next chord, which is an F. And you got to use your thumb for that. So let's take it from the A minor. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Alright, let's group it up from the start. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a tricky move, eh? I kind of love it. Then it goes into an F. So if you think of it as coming from the hammer on, it's and 1, sorry, and 1 and sorry, and 1 and 2 and should be getting a sore thumb by now. Okay, so let's take it from there and carry on. So there's a little dip there. And then an and. So that's 3 and then 4 is what you would expect, that same F note. You know, if you look at the bass line for this bar, it's just, or it's with the dip, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I missed the dip. And then the next thing is open into another hammer-on. Now the chord that you're going, or here, let's work that transition. So you're going to hammering a C while picking a G. Now the chord is actually a C over G, you know, like it's like a C. Really nice chord. Come on. So it's, and then after that, it's the bass line is just and then the second half of the bar is so you're on a G now. So from the start it's 1, 2, bar of C, bar of G7, A minor, C over G, hammer into F, to G over C. So let's take it into that hammer over into G over C. So on the fourth beat, you're putting in an open B in anticipation of going to another G7. So it's so you can see it's like the second line of the song. It's kind of like the very first bar. the funny thing is how he, or actually I kind of screwed up there, but the funny thing is how he comes out of the G7 into a G over C. Right? It's actually kind of the opposite. So let's take a second to look at that. You would expect it to be like that, you know, the conventional starting on the C, but it's actually backwards. So you've got that's pretty, he's thinking fast. He's working fast here, and you got to get up pretty early in the morning to put one over on Bob Dylan. C. You know what helps too is if you study the bass line just by itself, like the C is, and then the G is the A minor, then to the G over C, and then the F, and he keeps it pretty solid, like for how wild the performance is. It's pretty committed to its bass line, and then add in the melodies as you can. So it's almost for every bass note there's a staggered melody note, and a lot of the chord changes are anticipated across the bar. Should I try it faster? So it's super hard. But that said, you could just probably make a fake version of it that's kind of something like this. Where you're just kind of keeping that bass line. So that's what I'd recommend, and you could also just practice doing, if you're not into picking, you could do which, if slow it doesn't sound right, but if you're going pretty fast you could probably this thing where you kind of just fake pick, and yeah, all right.